Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Martinsville Speedway for the 6th race in the NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series. So we're getting ready for 100 laps of action around the Paperclip. So as you heard, it's the 6th race of the season. We're 5 races down, 15 to go, so we're 25% of the way through. But you know, the pressure will amp up every week until we get to the cutoff race for the playoffs. Now, we did go to Martinsville last year. Last year, Austin Mendez took the win by over 1.5 seconds over Benjamin Ice, who was then driving the 25 Chevy. He is now in the 78 Toyota. Ice was fastest in practice. He starts 23rd. 2018, we saw Ace Rogers win by .325 over Charles Jackson. That's the closest margin of victory. Ace starts 7th today, running part-time this year. And back in 2017, LJ Toledo won by just under a second over Tyler Markle. I am not sure where LJ starts. I believe he is in the field. Yep, he is way back here. Okay then. So back to your front row and your starting grid. Andrew Rich is on the pole with Edwin Mendez to his right. Jack James, and Quentin Moore in row 2. Row 3 is Cole Baker and Jesse Turner. Row 4, the aforementioned Ace Rogers and RJ Bishop. And in row 5 is the driver who's finished second in the last 2 races, James Ellison, your new points leader, with Greg Torres to his outside. Fastest in happy hour was Nate Rogers. He starts 27th. So the races here have been 100 laps the last 2 years. It's 100 laps again this year. It was 75 laps in 2017. Last week we had the first of a 3-race short track skid for the trucks, which was at the Dodge Motordrome. Yale Carrillo took home the checkered flag there, edging out hard-charging James Ellison. We'll see how Ellison and Carrillo do today. But looking at your point standings, it's Ellison in the points lead by a point over Carter Friesen and 4 over Yale Carrillo, the 2 drivers who have beat him to checkered flags the last 2 races. Ellison has finished in the top 5 now 3 times in 5 races, and three top 10s in 5 races along with it. But no checkered flag for him yet. RJ Bishop 4th in points. Henry Sanford is 5th. 6th is Colt Hudson, 7th Michael Markle, 8th Lucas Catano, 9th Leland Fief, 10th is Keith Rich. Andrew Rich, you're on your pole sitter here, who won at Daytona, is 22nd in points, with Donovan Cage all the way down in 25th. So those 2 winners are still in the top 25 for now. They need to remain in the top 25 to get in on the playoff berth. So other than that, the top 10 in points is in the playoffs right now. As you know, short tracks, we don't have caution flags. So here we go. Green flag is in the air. We are underway, and they are backed up back there in the pack. Something went wrong there. Something with Colt Hudson went amiss. And they are already 3 wide, mid-pack. Lap 1 complete, and Andrew Rich leads it. Oh, and Hudson just turned the 19. And they're all jacked up on the grass. Peter Onjak and Keith Rich are going to actually get stuck here. And that is devastating for them. Catano, Priya McShane got flat out turned by Colt Hudson in the turn 1. And a lot of drivers took to the grass for evasive maneuvers, and it hurt Keith Rich and Peter Onjak. And That's going to cause both of them to finish at the bottom of the standings here today. But that has spread out the rear end of the field. There's Carrillo and Friesen. They are nowhere close to Ellison today. So we move up through the running order from the back. There's Benjamin Ice already up to 15th. After starting in 23rd. Logan York making his way towards the top 10. So RJ Bishop is making a move under Edwin Mendez. Henry Sanford in front of him. There's Jesse Turner 7th, Quinton Moore 6th. Onjack and Keith Rich will come out of pit road right behind the leaders. Ellison currently riding in 5th place, but a bad entry into turn 3 is going to open the door for Quinton Moore. Jack James 4th, Ace Rogers 3rd, Cole Baker is 2nd behind race leader Andrew Rich. So far, single file at the front of the field. Quinton Moore just set the fastest, no, not the fastest. Benjamin Ice has the fastest. There's the fast lap from Quinton Moore. Quinton trying to take the 3 truck to victory lane for the 2nd time this season. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. did it back at Sandy Flats. And he'll pass Jack James for 4th place. Quinton Moore on a mission right now. And Moore and others trying to get that 3 truck as the Owners Point champion. Right now, looking at the points totals, trying to see between the 4 of them. Evans got 5 points. Quinton Moore, 22 so far, that's 27. Gardner with 53. That makes 80. And then Fitzwater with another 56. That makes 136. So that would put the car right now 7th in points between 4 drivers. So they have not done terrible so far. But singled out at the front of the field here on lap 12. These drivers will have to pit 1 time. So we'll have to see how that pans out. But right now, let's see, what are these lap trucks doing? They were on pit road for a while. They are 3 and 4 laps down respectively. Keith Rich is actually an extra lap down from Onjack. So that's going to help Onjack get 1 more point on the day. Ellison still riding in 6th. RJ Bishop 8th. Turner down the 9th. Benjamin Ice has made it into 10th. There's LJ Toledo in 11th. So how about this? Race winner from 2017. LJ ran the Truck Series and the Cup Series 3 years ago. Hadn't been seen since, and now he's running double duty once again. Turner looking to make a move on lap truck Keith Rich as Toledo continues to peak on Benjamin Ice, and there's the move for 10th. But I think Toledo clipped the curbing and it hurt his exit. So beside the 1 spin, it's been pretty clean. Onjack will pass lead lap car 5th place holder Jack James here on lap 16, as Quinton Moore has gotten by his GMS, or not GMS teammate, I apologize. They are not GMS teammates. I was just getting really confused right there. Oh, and Jack James just got turned by James Ellison. My goodness. And Jack James will go from the top 5 to outside the top 10. I don't know what that was about. I caught the end of it. I don't know if the camera angle showed it full on. But Ellison just turned James for 5th and sent the 13 truck down to 21st. Oh man. Well, that puts the 48 in the top 5. Rubman's racing. But flat out turned them off turn 2 from what I could see. Ace Rogers now being passed by Peter Onjak, who's a lap down. Several laps down, actually. Now he's actually going to peak under Quinton Moore. And what I was going to is it's been so long that I just made the mistake that the 2 and the 3 were teammates, and they are not. So I apologize for that. But it looks like the 60 truck will at least get one of his 3 laps back if he keeps this up. And now Ace Rogers dives in on the 3 of Quinton Moore, looking for 3rd place. Ellison and Henry Sanford are creeping up. Is now LJ Toledo in the top 10 due to the Jack James spin, as Onjak continues to just floor it by everyone. As tire wear continues to creep up, you can see the tires are not holding on the outside line, and this opens the door for Ace Rogers to pass Cole Baker. Baker been running in 2nd so far today. He'll dip to 3rd, maybe 4th. Baker currently sits, where does he sit? 36th in the points through 5 races. No top 10s for the rookie in the 11. His average finish is at a 27th right now, but looking at a good run here so far today. He's the top rookie, not counting Andrew Rich. As Onjak will give himself 1 lap back here on the racetrack. Baker will fall in line in 4th place as Ace Rogers now tackles his teammate Andrew Rich. These two are actually teammates for the race lead. Priya McShane has fallen down the 40th. So damage hindering the 19 just a little. As we look at the back of the field, Carter Friesen is way down here in 37th. Edwin Mendez started 2nd. He's fallen all the way outside the top 30. Hillary Sanchez, Lucas Catano, Sam Young, others back here. Here's the truck that finished 2nd a year ago, 25, now driven by Dylan Thomas. Not faring so hot today. There's Donovan Cage running in 28th. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to dip out of the top 25, though it is still early. Yale Carrillo, after his win a week ago, he's not looking so good. Or a few weeks ago, I should say. Easter break just happened. There's Logan York. He is currently running in 20th. As Jack James is behind Dylan Ibrahimian. Jack James now down to 22nd place. Colt Hudson, who spun McShane on the 2nd lap, is 18th. As the 8 being driven by Jean Sanford once again down to 17th, looking like she'll dip another position to 18th. Here's the truck that won a year ago, now driven by Michael Markle. He's getting passed by Jeremiah Dwayne, so we're seeing some comers and goers right now. 16 of Jeff Toledo being passed by Benjamin Ice for 10th. RJ Bishop in 9th. LJ Toledo challenging Jesse Turner for 7th. And there's a big gap to Henry Sanford in 6th. It's actually Keith Rich up there right now. As during all of this, I have failed to notice that James Ellison has made it up to 2nd place. Rich still in the lead. Ellison 2nd, Moore 3rd, Baker 4th. Henry Sanford is now 5th, with Ace Rogers in 6th. So Ellison once again finds himself in a good spot for a race win. We're going to take our first break of the day, and we'll be back with more racing here at Martinsville. We're back at Martinsville, and Ellison is putting the pressure on Andrew Rich here as we're nearing the halfway point, and there's the move to the inside of the 23 truck. First time all day. We're gonna get a lead change. Ellison to the inside of Rich. And Ellison will take the race lead coming to lap 38. Cole Baker back up to third. Henry Sanford, that is, in fourth. As if you look at the back of the screen, you can see the 19 subway truck just barely there. We'll go back. The reason she is all the way back here is because Peter Onjak turned her off of turn 2 a few laps ago while we were away. And now she is behind the leaders after a scare with the leaders. And as Ellison begins to inch away from Rich, now Rich has got getting past for another position here by the rookie Cole Baker. And Baker will move back into second place. Now Rich is technically a rookie as he's never been in the Truck Series, but we don't really refer to him as a rookie because he's been in the Cup Series before. Right now the only other rookie in the top 10 with Baker and Rich is the 22 driven by Bradley Ream. As Rich will fall all the way to 4th, maybe even 5th. So he loses the lead and now he's dipping position after position. LJ Toledo has crept his way up here. He was about 4 seconds back 10 laps ago. It's under 3 now. Let's see what the margin dips here at the line. Well, it's about half a tenth right there. So LJ's got plenty of time right now. We'll have to see how the pit strategy falls. Rich shutting the door on teammate Ace Rogers there for 4th into turn 3. As Keith Rich's tires have begun coming around, he's made it up to 3rd in line. He is 4 laps down. Onjak was able to get 1 back. You can see him now at the back of the pack. Leland Fief is actually all on his own back here. Not sure if the 74 was turned at some point. But we're going through the back half of the field again. We'll bring the ticker up. You can see pretty much everyone has a second of tire fall off right now. Jack James has been unable to recover. He's still stuck in 23rd. Logan York has fallen outside the top 20 now. Benjamin Ice is falling closer to the end of the top 20 as Nate Rogers has made it into the top 20. Logan Gentry has been slowly making his way forward too. He just passed Jeff Toledo for 15th. Colt Hudson up to 14th. Jeremiah Dwayne has made it into the top 10. He's in 10th. RJ Bishop is now down to 11th. So we've definitely got drivers with good speed who started near the rear. As now Andrew Rich has fallen to 7th. LJ Toledo is in 6th place. And I really think Toledo's got the best shot at this win. It's just going to depend what happens with pit stops and lap traffic, because lap traffic is on the horizon. Leland Fief will be the first true show of lap traffic. Yeah, he is 3 seconds behind Catano. I'm going to assume he was turned at some point. Possibly off of turn 2. We still have to go back and take a look at Ellison turning Jack James. Likely do that after the race as Quinton Moore just dove it into turn 3 on Cole Baker. Moore looking for 2nd place. The Cup Series cars come to Martinsville tomorrow for 125 laps of action. Last year, we saw Jonathan Zorlin win by over 16 seconds, almost lapping the entire field. All but one driver was lapped in what was one of the most chaotic races to date at the track, where only 23 cars finished. Last year's event was 175 laps. This year's will be only 125, going back to the distances run in 2017 and 2018. As we talk about that, Leland Fief has come down pit road. We are officially at the pit window of lap 50. So now the question is, who will pit first? And it will be Ellison. Everyone else will stay out. Ellison's not taking any chances here with a busy pit road. And Andrew Rich will follow him down. Edwin Mendez came down a lap early, so that gives the lead to Quinton Moore. That's a bonus point for the 3 team. And now it looks like the rest of the leaders will come down here, as Keith Rich was several laps down. He will stay out for now. But now here's what you didn't want to see. Quinton Moore did not want to deal with this. Bradley Ream actually just stayed out. He got the lap led at a line barely. Ellison's done with his pit stop. Does he beat out Andrew Rich? Yes, he does. And he'll stay in front of lap truck Leland Fief as Bradley Ream heads down pit road. Now the big thing to see will be is how far does Ellison gap Quinton Moore? There he is. There's the 3 truck. Oh, he didn't get that much on him. But if he goes into turn 3 wrong here, yep, there it is. Door got opened. Leland Fief to his inside. That's going to help Quinton Moore in 2nd place right now. Plenty of lap trucks now. Look at all of this. Oh, Quinton Moore might get stuck on the top from Donovan Cage. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. This is what's going to occur here. Lap traffic is going to influence this race big time. How you can get around people, it's going to be everything. Battle for 4th place, or no, 3rd place rather. That's Ace Rogers under Cole Baker. Andrew Rich there in 5th. And Andrew Rich will follow through behind his teammate to pass Cole Baker. What a day for Cole Baker, though. As we mentioned, 36th in the points with no top 10s on the season. And Baker has come out strong. A native Virginia driver at that, so maybe the home track presence just doing something here for Cole. Now, the Truck Series is not going to Richmond. So probably Cole a little disappointed that they are not. But a great performance here at Martinsville nonetheless. Other previous Cup Series winners here at this track include DJ Curtis back in 2017. He won that race by over 6 seconds over William Brock. 14 cars finished on the lead lap in that race. 35 finished. In 2018, it was the cleanest, most competitive race as Quinton Moore won his first career event and only career race. That was only by 1.8 seconds. That's the closest margin in the Cup Series, guys. 23 cars on the lead lap and 41 of the 42 cars finished. And then it was chaos last year, as we mentioned. Only 23 finished and only 2 were on the lead lap. Back to the Truck Series race. We're here on lap 59 coming to lap 60. It's a 1 second lead for James Ellison. As you can see right now, he's trying to find the way by Dylan Ibrahimian, but he's got Donovan Cage and Leland Fief between him and 2nd place Quinton Moore. LJ Toledo by himself in 6th, 4 seconds back. Jesse Turner 7th. Audra Baranauskas is 8th, with Henry Sanford 9th and Bradley Ream in 10th. Quinton Moore will move to the inside of Fief here in turn 1 and complete the pass on the lap down truck. As Ellison continues the lead. 30 trucks on the lead lap right now. No one out of the race. At Auto Club, Ellison was leading when Friesen hunted him down. Ellison made one last ditch effort on the final 2 laps. Lost by 1/1000th of a second. 2 weeks ago, he was hunting down Yale Carrillo at the Dodge Motordrome, and he just couldn't find the way to get by him. Once again, he's in the lead. Can Quinton Moore catch him to take home a 2nd checkered flag and a grandfather clock for the 3 team? Fitzwater 1 back at Sandy Flats. We're going to take one last break here from Martinsville, and we'll be back for the finish of the race. We're back at Martinsville, and this is going to help James Ellison lap down truck Keith Rich to the inside of Quentin Moore here on lap 69 of 100. But at the same time, Ellison has a bumper full of Donovan Cage. Looking back at Ellison's season last year, he was 12th in the points, 5th in total points accumulation, or owner's points if you want to look at it that way. Ellison's rookie year in 2018 just saw 1 top 5 and 3 top 10s in what I believe was 14 races. Average finish of 21st and average starting position of 23rd. Last year in 15 races he had 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s with an average finish of 16th and average starting position of 19th. And he was overall one of the most consistent drivers on the track. And now here we are in 2020, his 3rd full-time Truck Series year. He got recruited by JR Motorsports and Hendrick as a development driver, possibly looking for Ellison in the Cup Series come 2021. And Ellison has shown it so far this year with 3 top 5s and 3 top 10s right out of the gate that instantly matches his mark for top 5s from last year. And all he can do from here is go up. He's looking for what would be his first career win in his 35th career race. Again, 14 race season, 2018, 15, 2019. That's 29 races. We're 5 races in this year. So this is his 35th career race. Ellison looking for that first win. And it is 26 laps away. Interestingly enough, Ellison's best lap sits 27th on the board. It's only a 20.718, so Ellison choosing consistency over raw speed as Keith Rich will move the 6 of Cage to the outside. We know Keith is on a completely different strategy because he got stuck on the grass, he got towed. He's 4 laps behind these guys right here, so he's 4 laps fresher on tires, maybe even more. So the one thing Ellison doesn't want to do is he does not want to get turned here. We've seen 2 drivers get turned today. You do not want to see it be Ellison for the 3rd time, and Keith is right on his bumper there. And Ellison will move to the right and allow Keith to move to his inside. This is going to open the door for sure. Quentin Moore is still there, 1 second back in 2nd. Andrew Rich 3rd, Ace Rogers 4th. And LJ Toledo has been closing the distance now. It's down to 3 seconds for the 52 truck who's in the 5th. Cole Baker 6th, Henry Sanford 7th, Baranos is 8th, Ream 9th, and Turner is 10th. And Ellison's average finish so far this year is 13th. His starting position, however, 25th. Now that starting position will go down. He started 9th here today. So he hasn't looked like the qualifying. I'd say he's been about the same, but he's really been getting good finishes this year so far. And I believe there's another lap truck passing people back here, and that's the 45 of Michael Markle, moving to the inside of Andrew Rich. That's going to hurt the 23 truck, and that's going to help the 48, knowing there's another lap truck on his way. But LJ Toledo is the man to fear. He is still hunting down that lead. Remember, the 22 truck also stayed out an extra lap, but I don't think he's going to close it in 7 seconds. We're officially at 20 to go. Andrew Rich will also be passed by the 2 of Ace Rogers. And that'll move Ace up to 3rd. So if you look at the top 5, it's 3 regulars and 2 part-timers. Here at Martinsville is now Ace will look to pass Quentin Moore for 2nd after Quentin got put to the outside by the 45 truck. Time is running out. Donovan Cage in 31st place, just not the day he was looking for yet again. after he won back at Rockingham. Next race on the schedule is Bristol Dirt. I believe the Cup Series is also going there. I accidentally took the Cup schedule out of my notebook. Actually, no, we will have a Truck Series off week as the Cup Series heads to Richmond next week. And this could be trouble for James Ellison. Late in the race, once again. Put to the inside by Donovan Cage. He is the race leader right now. And Michael Marco will fly right on by him. He cannot let Ace Rogers get too close. 15 to go next time by. And Ellison has lost his lap down cushion. Here we are, 15 to go. And don't look now, but LJ Toledo has cut the lead down to 2.1 seconds. And man, we're gonna have to see where the 52 truck started officially. We know he started in the rear, but he has charged his way up here today. And there it is. Ace Rogers is all over the bumper of James Ellison here for the race lead. Ace sits 30th on the best lap board too. Man, the top two were not setting hot laps today at all. They were all about that consistent pace. Will Ellison watch another potential win go up in smoke? Andrew Rich is closing in from behind too, it seems. But LJ Toledo's the one I wouldn't want near me right now. He's been flying all day. Ellison with a bit of a defensive line as they're catching Priya McShane, who is off the pace with some damage. Not really off the pace, just like off a little bit. But Ellison still trying to hold off Ace Rogers. Next time by, it'll be 10 to go. And Andrew Rich has closed in from third. If Rich makes a move for second place, it's another 4 points. And Rich already has that win from Daytona. Ace is out here for owner points. Him and older brother Zach going for that owner's points title. This is Ace's 4th race on the season. Zach likely due back in the truck at Richmond, as it's supposed to be more of an even split than it has been. But Ace is all over the bumper of Ellison with 9 to go. Oh, and he missed up turn 1 there. He went a little high. If Rich gets close enough to Ace, you could see the move for second. Meanwhile, behind them, LJ Toledo making the move for 4th place on Quinton Moore. Moore's actually got some door damage. And that'll move Moore back to 5th. Meanwhile, Cole Baker has fallen to 7th place as Henry Stanford has moved up to 6th. The 54 truck driven by Nate Rogers is into the top 10. He's in 9th. That truck being split by Nate and Red Bull teammate in the Cup Series, Nico Tringali. Tringali likely due back in the truck. Or not at Richmond, at Bristol Dirt. That's where they're going next. Oh, and there was a crash off of turn 2. And it was the 37 of Colt Hudson who got spun from somewhere. 25th place, I believe, maybe. But that's why we saw some evasive maneuvers going into turn 1. That helped Ellison a bit. It cost Ace a 10th. And now Andrew Rich is looking for the position. It'll be 5 laps to go this time by, but Ace holds off to 23. What a fight here for the win at Martinsville. Ellison just does not want to see another runner-up finish. You know he doesn't want to see it. Down the back straightaway. So 3 trucks officially get spun around here today. Ace is all over the bumper. 4 laps to go. Does Toledo have any small amount of time here? No, he didn't even close in on Ellison that time around. But Toledo still nonetheless all the way up to 4th. Now the question will be, will Hudson hold up the 48? 3 laps to go for James Ellison. 2nd place the last 2 races in the Truck Series. Rich moves to the inside of Ace again. We mentioned it. It's another 4 points for Rich on the season. He's just trying to stay in the top 25 in points. And he dives it in there in turn 3. This will really help James Ellison. 2 laps to go at Martinsville. Ellison took the lead from Rich coming to lap 38. Will Rich take it back for another checkered flag? Rich is showing his Cup experience here. He dives it in turn 3, and he's there. Ellison to the outside, coming to the white flag. Oh my goodness gracious, Andrew Rich takes the lead on the white flag lap. Can Ellison get back to him? No, it's too big. And another heartbreaking 2nd place for James Ellison as Andrew Rich will win his 2nd race of the season. Wow. What a finish. You really gotta feel for James Ellison, man. Rich saw an opening. He was to the inside of Ace, and he just threw it in there in the turn 3, and Ellison just did not want to get turned, and he had to move up that little bit. Wow, what a finish from Martinsville, man. Ellison will come home 2nd for the 3rd race in a row. That'll put him at 4 top 5s and 4 top 10s on the season. Rich will become the first Truck Series driver on the year to get 2 victories. Ace Rogers will finish 3rd, LJ Toledo 4th. Quinton Moore 5th. Henry Sanford 6th, Cole Baker 7th, Bradley Ream 8th, Audra Baranauskas 9th, and Jesse Turner will round out the top 10. Nobody DNF'd this year. We had 1 DNF in 2018, so this is the 3rd truck race out of 4 to have 0 DNFs. Benjamin Ice, bad day for him, 37th, after being strong last year. Yale Carrillo, who won at the Motordrome, finishes 24th. Carter Friesen came in 2nd in points. Where did the 02 finish? Oh, he got back up to 22nd. That's pretty good. But Ellison will definitely have a clear points lead after today. So for the Truck Series, we'll see you in 2 weeks at Bristol Dirt. For the Cup Series, I'll see you tomorrow for 125 laps of action. Congrats again to Andrew Rich. Can he sweep the weekend with a win in the Cup Series tomorrow? We'll find out.